plugged in. Oh, is it just a loose connection? There we go. I think we got it.
There we go. I think we got it.
All right. Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to get the audio sorted out. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go grab some horses here. It's a beautiful morning, as you can see. We've got a rare burst of sunlight for a few days. Then it'll be back to cloudy and rainy. So let's go get some horses. It's kind of crunchy today. Let's see how the horses do. It's not too bad though. Sometimes if it's too crunchy, the ground's too hard, then you're not as comfortable. Naturally so. Okay, big girl, you're first. What? Perfect. Even. Okay, got Gracie. I don't know if the mic travels this far, but okay, everybody gets a carrot today. Okay. It's carrot time. You crackers. Oh, come here. Here. There you go. And now you can run. Let's go get Yoka. Yeah, ground's kind of crunchy. Let's see how this goes. All right. All right. Okay, we've got Yoka, who is a little Icelandic, right after Gracie. She's like, you smell like carrots. I do smell like carrots, because I've got carrots. There you go. See you later, Fluff. Okay, who's next? Luke or Roni? Let's go with Roni. I always put Luke in first. And here comes Macaroni, the amazing quarter horse. Oh, carrots. Give it a bite. Nice job, buddy. Okay, watch out. Okay, wait. Wait. Good boy. Let's give you a quick scratch while you're here. Good job, your next horse. It's like, where are you going with your pocket full of carrots? Hey, pal. Boy, everybody's quiet today. Oh, wait. Frozen ground makes a difference. What do I got, buddy? What is it? What do I got? What do I got? Carrots for you. Oh, that's quite the crunch. All right, moving on. Yeah, the temperature today is currently about -4 Celsius. Oh, Ilka's going down for a roll. She's found a good spot. Let's go get the last 3 horses. Oh, Mr. Wild's calling. This is me next. Grab Lena first. And then go get Mr. Wild. And he's going nuts right now. Can't wait. Come here, Lena. Off we go. All right. Look, and Yoka, I'm in a bit of playtime. Well, as they wander around, they'll loosen up the top layer of the arena. Hasn't been below freezing for long, probably 12 hours or so. Just a quick cold front. Yes, Lena, I do have carrots. How nice of you to notice. Would you like one? Oh, that's a pen. Don't take that. Hang on. I've got it. There you go. Okay, get out of here. Next. And he's playing with the fence just so interesting coming up. Okay, come here, Fuzzy. Gosh, you really are fuzzy. You're the fuzziest. Ugh, come here. Your head is so big. There we go. You look like you're shedding. It's a little early to shed, pal. A little bit early. Okay, everybody's at the gate. Fantastic. Oh. God, you are just the fuzziest teddy bear ever. I know, I smell like carrots. That's what everybody else thought. You want one or no? No? Here, come here. I know. You want to roll, but you're going to want a carrot. Bite it. Bite it again. There you go, that's enough. Next. Let's go get the cutest horse on the planet. Hello, Annie. You're covered in hay. Okay, let's go. Okay, Annie, would you like a carrot? Okay, hang on. Let's get a smaller one for you. Just wait. I know, just wait. There you go. What a cute crunch you got in your tiny mouth. Okay. Go have fun. Or whatever you do. That's it. One carrot. You're good. Later, Gator. Okay, I have to retrieve my coffee, actually. I think I've left it inside the house. I'll be back. Zoom in a little bit for you guys. Okay, something like that. Wow, you can tell when I've come back. Everybody except Yoko looked up. That was interesting. Okay, I'm back. I've got fresh coffee, which isn't as hot as I'd like it to be because I left it lying around without the lid on. But whatever. Life does go on. Okay, we got horses everywhere. All 7. Now I've noticed that the audio is a little touchy, so if it cuts out, let me know, because I will never know. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Let's say hi to everybody, because there are 65 people here. Kathy's here. She's first. Good afternoon. It's morning. Tanya and Elvis are here. Roddy's Rules. Hello. Jodelle Fields. Hello. Patricia from South Mississippi. Martine's here from France. I see Meatball's up to his usual shenanigans with Annie. Wow, these are so cool. They don't care what the ground's like. Frozen, no problem. Let them go. They just don't care. I had a great question actually before I get to any more hellos. But I had a great question about Annie hiding behind other horses. And it was whether or not she gets protection or she gets something. And I responded with the idea that I think it's just to kind of break the eye line. And then the other horse is like, hey, where did that other horse go? and then they change their mind about what they want to do a little bit. Oh, Mr. Wild's telling Gracie a little bit what to do finally. Yeah, it's good. Oh, there he sees Annie. And he says, Luke, help. And she hides a little bit behind him. And yeah. I think sometimes Luke sort of can step in, but more or less, I think she's just sort of breaking that eye line a little bit. I don't know if she thinks she's going to get protection, because sometimes she just wanders off anyways. Luke doesn't do anything. I know the picture probably looks a little grainy right now. It's only because I'm zoomed in so far. Okay, let's continue on. Yes, Martine and France is here. Rose is here. Hello, Rose from Arizona. Karen's here. She says, how's Gracie, Lena, and the rest of the horses dowing? They're dowing great. I know you made a typo. I'm just joking. Annie was first. Nope. Gracie was first. Annie was last. DJ02 says echo. I don't know what that means. Sound is a bit disrupted. Yeah, it gets a little odd when I wander around with the microphone. Doesn't seem to carry that well. Oh, there they go. I should just get a herd of wildies. They're more interesting. These domesticated horses. They just know better. Nope. Today's cold. Just stand around, be cool. Oh, you see Luke flick his tail? That was an interesting one. He's going to tell Luke what to do. Luke moves off. I don't think Yoko's going to tolerate that for very long. Gosh, it's interesting watching these guys. All right, moving on. Paula's here. Hello, Paula. And Heidi. And Sue's here. Oh, get him, Annie. Can't remember last time she's actually hit him. It's been a while. Let's see. Joanne Smith says, let's see if Lena pins her ears back like a statue. And I don't know. Cheryl's here. Hello, Cheryl. This side me says hello. Hello. Gracie's calm. Well, we'll see how long. It's quite chilly, and the ground is bumpy and kind of uncomfortable as it starts to defrost, or as the horses walk around. It'll break up that top layer, that frozen layer that sort of lives there, and it'll even out a little more. Just gotta let them wander around for a while. Karen says she's from Broxburn, Scotland. Cool. Gracie's got no fire. Yeah. Lead Belly's here. Hello. Roger's here. Hello. Incalescence says, Gracie and Lena are very sweet going right up to each other to co-groom. They are actually quite cool for that. It's really nice. I should wander in there and just get everybody moving around a bit. Let's get some exercise in these guys. Amanda says, hello everyone, hope you're doing well this Sunday morning and evening. Jodelle says, -3, that's 26 Fahrenheit. And yes, it's cold, but it's a dry cold. So you actually, while it feels cold, obviously, it's not a moist or wet cold at all. So it's not so bad. Maybe it's the carrots keeping everyone calm. I'm doing that from now on then. More carrots, more carrots. In Colorado, Jill Zombie Cat says it's -13 Celsius, 8 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's cold. Hello, Bethany. Now it's party. Annie arrived. Exactly. Yes, Bethany, you finally made it. Donna's here from the UK. Hello, Donna. Bon Blue, good morning. Lexington 6885. Good morning to you too. It is a beautiful day. Demi Parathi says, have you tried putting classical music to the horses to see how they react? I have never. Maybe I can try that one day. What would be the purpose? How would they react, or how should they react, or how do you expect it to do anything? And does that compare to any other music? Any particular classical music? Lots of different types. Bacon says, loves the way the Wildies play. Me too. Mustin Horse says, good evening from the UK. Good evening to you. It's morning here. 10 o'clock or so. So, Sam's here. Hello, Sam. Ridiculously Fancy is here. Hello. Josephine is here in the UK from Wales. And Amy's here from Alberta. It's sunny there. Bacon says it's -19 in Alberta. Whew, that is chilly. It's not for me. Well, the horses are doing well. To who asked? How are the horses? Who asked that? I'd have to scroll back. Horses are doing great. Everything is going quite well. It has been rainy, quite rainy, quite wet and rainy. And he's playing with Luke right now. That's kind of cute. Amy says we have -20. We had a fake spring. Speaking of a fake spring, it's true. We had some pretty warm weather, and these bugs started coming out. They look like mosquitoes. I don't think they are, but they sure did look like them. And thankfully, with it getting this cold, they'll all just die off. So we don't want premature bugs coming around, flies and skeeters and stuff like that. That would be undesirable. Ridiculously Fancy says, I find it interesting to watch your videos. I'd like to see how the horses react to each other as well as they react when a human is in there with them. Cool, yeah, me too. Yeah, I like it a lot. Play Pavarotti, Nessus Dorma or Panini. Okay. I'll probably find that on Spotify or something, could I? Puff Cat's here from New Hampshire. New Hampshire. Luke and Annie are besties. They are besties. Do you ever take riding vacations with any of your horses? I have not yet. No. The problem is when you have so many horses, it's hard to get away for any length of time. And then when you do get away, you kind of want to just get away. So, because somebody has to come and take over business operations kind of thing. So, those times are usually reserved for proper vacation. It's not that I wouldn't really like to. Let's see, Amanda Nelson from Missouri says it's 15 degrees. Ready for football. Cool. Yeah, I'm a little bit curious about the music. What are they looking for back there? You know, there is nothing there. There's nothing on the ground there. What's happening? Mr. Wild's banging away at one of the barrels. The water's all frozen back there, so not going to get anything out of that. They're all just sniffing the ground back there. There's nothing on the ground other than something that smells good, I guess. All getting a little bit of a suntan. You notice actually they're standing in the spot where there's sun. So that's why they're down there. Carolyn says, happy Sunday. You'll come take care of the horses while I go. Cool, I'll let you know. How is Yoka and David? Or how's Yoka's dad day? He's good. Everything's good. They like the sun there, yeah. Will it be softer so they can have better rolls? It will be when the sun properly comes out. It's still early, so the sun is pretty low at this latitude on Earth. The sun doesn't get up too high. If I zoom out a little here. Oh, Lena says, Luke, help a girl out. I need some scratches. If we zoom, if my phone will let me zoom all the way out, it will not. Honestly, the interface for YouTube's live stream is crap. So anyways, as you can see, the sun is really low, but it doesn't come up much higher here in the southern end of British Columbia. So it'll just make a minor arc. It'll just kind of come up over those trees a little bit. So we don't get a heck of a lot of sun yet. But yes, the ground will definitely get softer as it continues on. Okay, Sheila's here. Hello, Sheila. She says, have you heard how little Miss is doing? I have not. Nope. She is, I know where she is. I've seen her. She's out in a field. Just out all the time in a, probably, I don't know how big it is, 3 acres or so. 2 to 3 acres. And she hangs out with some other horses there, and that's it. That's all I know. Appears to still be alive. I don't know. Probably doing fine. That's how it goes. Horses come and go here all the time. I could probably give you updates on a few, but most just kind of get on with their lives. They just move on in their world. These guys are quiet today. I'm gonna have to go and give them a hard time. Ermelin says it must be hard. You must want to know how they're doing. No, I'm okay. I definitely don't have a hard time with it. And I don't mean that in a callous way. I just hope for the best. I mean, if every teacher in every school had a hard time because their students wandered on in life, they'd probably have a hard life themselves, and that's not going to be my life. I wish everybody the very best, and hopefully they continue their education or path to knowledge and experience. And then after that, you know, if they check in or want to check in, I'm more than happy to hear from them, kind of thing. But I don't fret about it. I don't worry about it. It's not a disassociation per se. It's just I don't think I would personally have the capacity to worry about every single horse that leaves here. So, all right, let's move on. Hopefully that makes sense. Gosh, Annie's hilarious. It's funny when she goes running by, she's got to just chuck her tail and her back end out, and it just is amusing. Oh, Gracie stopped him in his tracks, and he has to say, wait a second, that's not going to fly around here. He sorts that out. I don't think he can mess with Lena or Yoka or Roni. I think he's still below those three, for sure. But that'll change, I think. He's a pretty tough guy. He's getting bigger and fuzzier and stronger and smarter and more cool every day. Orchid Gray's here. Hello. Amy says, if all the horses had turns going to Alco Park or other trails or trips, or is there some that couldn't or wouldn't handle that? No, they've all been out. Yeah, everybody's been out on trips. And he's going to come up for a drink. But the water's frozen. Let's see what she does. Smashy smash. Yep, she got it. She's the perfect what? Oh! Get him, Annie. Have a drink. Mr. Wild's like, cool, thanks for breaking the ice. You're the best. She really is the best. I don't think... I mean, it's almost unusual to see a horse come through that is so efficient at just busting up ice. I've had a few that come through and you just think, wow, somebody taught you well or you've sorted it out. I don't know. And he says, I'm still thirsty. Let me get a drink. Was I in the middle of answering a question? Oh, yeah. Yes, they have all been out. It's been good. Yeah, Luke's really great. Lena's really, really good with that stuff. Gracie is pretty good, and I think Annie's good. Mr. Wild's, he's good too. Roni's good. Yeah, they're all pretty good with it too. They all enjoy the time out, exploration, and checking new things. It goes well. Rose says, I've got a question, totally unrelated, but I'm curious, why are there logs in some of the horses' paddocks? Do they nibble on them? Yeah, very, very common question. There are logs in the paddocks for a couple reasons. One, yes, they do nibble on them for a little while until they kind of get old and nibbled on too much, and then they don't nibble on them anymore. The second reason is it gives them a little bit of something to kind of walk around if I want to make obstacles in certain areas, because some parts of the paddocks get worn out real easy. Commonly walked places. So I'll put logs in spots that they walk around a lot, and then they gotta either step over them or they've got to walk around them and stuff like that. So a little bit of an obstacle. And there you go. Breaks up the landscape a little bit. Kathy says, when you sell a horse, do you have to list of criteria that must be met first? I've never sold a horse. And gosh, what an interesting question, eh? I've always wondered how people sell horse and put any criteria anywhere in anything. Because unless you're going to be a private investigator or a police officer, you're never going to be able to go take a look, and you're never going to be able to go get the horse back. Unless you have some kind of ironclad document that people sign, which I think would be highly unusual, which says that you have that much power, that much judgment over whatever they do with that horse after they purchased it. I just don't picture that. My own list of criteria in my own brain, my hopes and dreams, is that the people like horses. They really like them. You know, somebody who can demonstrate a love and care for them. I would definitely not sell to anybody who's breeding. I would definitely not sell to anybody who was planning on barrel racing or hunter jumpering. Almost all types of competition, not all, but almost all types of competition generally are not good for the horse. Mostly based on how people ride, really. So, and but the mind work and the body work is fantastic for practicing some stuff. But I don't know. I don't know what I'd be able to say. I just hope that they really would care and they'd want to be able to take care of them and they'd be curious. And Ronnie and Mr. Wild are playing. You can see them on the right. I don't know if you can make them out from the distance, but there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't sold anybody yet. I think that I'd hope that when I do go to sell anybody, which I don't want to, but can't keep everybody. I do not have bottomless pockets or space for that matter. Then I guess I just hope that I would be able to tell and that I wasn't talking to somebody who was just trying to trick me. All right, Roddy's Rule says, could people send you some hair from their horses and get bracelets made? Yes, absolutely. Amy says, I love Annie's double door kicks. Yeah. Or double foot, right? Bethany says, will the paint by numbers be restocked? I'd like to get one of Annie and Luke as well. Yes, actually, I was going to switch up. What are these three doing? I was going to switch up the pictures, and so I put a pause on sales for now, but I can sort that out for sure. This might sound silly, says Joanne Smith, but do younger stallions prefer younger mares? I don't know. Probably. No idea. Do you keep your horses outdoors? Yes. I never bring them in stalls. I think stalls are a form of torture. Are horses age conscious? Whew. I've wondered about that myself. I'm not sure how to tell. I'm not sure how you would even be able to discern that. Other than data points, like if you were to put a stallion in with an equal number, I don't even know, 1 and 1, like one young mare and one old mare, I would expect he would go to the young one, maybe not because he's figured out the age, but he's figured out the virility, the healthiness of that animal. That's just a guess, though. Older horses tend to not be as active, or it's just a guess. Kathy says, I guess I'm concerned about a horse being all alone in the new place. Yeah. It's I think it's impossible to, if, say for example, we're to sell a horse and the person that I sell to happens to have 1 or 2 other horses. And then after they get my horse, a year goes by and their horse dies or has an accident and dies or gets given to a friend or whatever. And now the horse that she bought from me is alone. First, I'd have to figure out that that horse is alone. And even if I did figure out that the horse is alone, what am I going to do about it? Give me my horse back, I'd say. It's just not, I don't think it's feasible. I think that person would just say no. I spent a year bonding with this horse, get lost. I'm working on it, you know. Finances don't allow me to have more than one at the moment, but I'm working on it. I mean, how could I find judgment in that? Be like, nope, give it back now. It's intolerable that it's alone. It's a hard one. I mean, I guess if you look at some real black and white stuff, if I were to somehow find out or figure out that the horse was being beaten on a daily basis or something like that, well, that's grounds for charges for abuse, and I could probably get the horse back. But something that is a little bit more subjective in a way. Roni didn't have much of an effect on Mr. Wild there. That was interesting. He did his drive-by and it didn't work. That's Roni's best move. He does a drive-by. He's not much of a fighter. He's a talker. He's like a chihuahua that barks too much. But he is tough. He'll deal it out if he feels like he needs to, but oh, it did not work on Yoka. It did not. He's trying, and I think that's great. I think it's good that he's continuously sort of testing and trying to get up there a little bit. But they're all a herd now. All 7 are just put in the space the size of a paddock, or one of the paddocks around here, easily. Oh. Yoka's hilarious. All right. Martine says, Annie's kept her wild instinct. Yeah, knowledge. Shay says, hello, Shay. How many horses are you planning on selling? 1, maybe. I gotta sell Annie at some point because, actually, interesting news. The place that I get, you see that Yoka's chewing on Luke and Annie's chewing on Yoka. And Mr. Wild's thinking how he gets in on this business. Anyhow, the place that I get Wildies at has 20 or so new ones in. See, and that's the problem now is I've kept Mr. Wild here Didn't sell him after kind of getting him started off with riding and all his groundwork and footwork and stuff like that. Kept him. So he takes up a space. And he's here, so obviously he takes up a space. She hasn't even been here a year. The more horses I keep, the less I can help. Space and money are my problems. So how many are you gonna sell? Well, Annie was gonna go one day. Mr. Wild was supposed to go, but he's pretty hard to let go of. He's just such a cool horse. And he's cool too. Obviously. So I don't know. How are my paint by numbers going? Slow. I work on it and then I've got to do some other stuff, and I see it. I've got it on the table. I walk by it every single day thinking to myself, oh, I just got to finish up. I've taken a time lapse of every time I've sat down. Or actually, it's a standing table, so every time I've stood there and painted, it's just a matter of dedicating the time to it. Why is Annie chewing on? Luke's got 2 girls that have chewed on his top of his tail there. I think he's going to yell at her soon. We'll see what happens. All right. Puffcat says, not related to your horses, but I've been watching FEI Jumping World Cup, and I can't help but wonder, do you think those horses enjoy jumping like that? No. I think every single one of them are going to die a young life. Yeah. For the physical pains and stresses that they have on their bodies, they will have very early arthritis, joint pain, tendons and ligaments will have been overstressed at their young age. I think it's incredibly destructive and should be stopped. And I don't like how people ride either, so. Ridiculously Fancy says, I'd be interested to know your thoughts around bringing a new horse in a herd. Do you have any video on that? I have a pile of videos on that, but I can share my thoughts here. No problem. So when I bring a new horse in, they always go in with Luke first. And no, I don't put him next to Luke in some paddock so they can talk across the fence for a while or nothing. I don't think that that's a useful technique. I understand other people do, and I have no problem with it. But I don't. I don't need them to talk across the fence. I need them to talk in person. Talking across fences causes fences to get broken and horses to get hurt. Whereas people who have horses talk across fences say that if you put them together right away, then horses get hurt. But not in a big space. I've never had that. In a large space, even the size of this arena is plenty big for horses to talk or not talk. And they'll sort that out in minutes. Minutes. Then you leave them for a while. And then sooner or later they're like, well, maybe I could be a little bit of a friend. And they just figure it out. Oh. Annie, Luke. And that's Gracie right behind them, hanging out. She's being very relaxed. And he says, let's have a talk. Want to talk? Let's see what happens. Oh, Gracie says, don't talk to me like that. How rude. Moving on. So yeah, bringing a horse into a whole herd usually takes a bit of time. You start with a friend, and then if that friend doesn't work out, go find another friend. So I'll start on my horses that I think are going to be good friends. So Luke's a good friend usually. Roni can be a good friend. The boys are usually better friends than the girls. Better socializers. Yoka's really good at sort of setting things up, and Annie's been a really good friend actually. If I were to bring a horse in, I would probably try Annie quite early on. And I'd wait for them to sort of find a bit of a friend when they walk around with. And then I'd add another horse, and then another, and then another, and then another, and then another, until they're all in there. Mr. Wild's smashing the barrel back there, having a fight with Yoka. He's got the barrels in the way though, so he can safely sort of chew on her. She can't do anything about it. Love it. Hilarious stuff. He's such a cool. That's what I mean. I don't think I could sell him. I don't know how. I don't know how to afford him, but I don't know how to sell him either. Yeah. I'll have to find a third job. Okay. So that's my opinion on putting horses together. Hopefully it helps. Yes, Ermelin says, yeah, and you wouldn't know if the horse really bonded with their new human. That's right. Sell a horse. You want to go get it back because you don't like the conditions. And if that horse was really close to that human, despite the conditions and environment, it'd be unfair to take that horse away from that human who had found peace and quiet with. Because, you know, not everybody can afford or has the ability to build a good environment. And I respect that. I respect that a lot. We all wish for the very best for situations for horses and stuff like that, but you're not always going to be able to give it, even though you're thinking about it. And I get lots of people who send me emails or messages on YouTube here, or Facebook as well, for that matter. How do I build this, and what do I do with that? And I don't understand how to do whatever. It's really muddy at my place, or I've got a downhill slope somewhere, or I've got to run in, and I want to make sure that my horse is, you know, it's lots of good questions. The knowledge isn't always easily found or attained. So, nope. Yoka's had enough of Meatball hassling her over the barrels. I guess she chased him up. And over to Luke she goes. We're at least on a drive-by in front of the camera. They're not all in the sun now. You notice that. They come into the shade and playing around. Gracie's rolling a barrel. I can't even count how many times I found those barrels in the pond. They just roll them, and then poof, into the pond they go. Zane the Bacon says, I've heard too many horror stories of single horses. Even my own grandfather had a single horse once. She got really lonely. I think it's really cruel to keep herd animals alone. I agree, 100%. I do think it's really mean to keep horses alone. Some people don't know it, and so you just help them out and tell them. But some people do know it and they don't make a change. And some people do it and they can't make a change because they don't have any money. It's expensive to have space and expensive to feed and all that kind of stuff. What are these guys doing? Let's zoom out a little bit. Something like that. Yes, I do have a few stories on horses. The one that sticks out the most is actually a lady that's not very far from here. And she had a horse, and every time I'd show up to take care of its completely unkept feet, which is another problem altogether that I consider also cruel, the horse would just be in this open stall. I mean, it had a good space to live in overall, but it would just be, there goes the barrel. She's actually stepped in front of it. Oh. It's gone. She's sent it down the arena. Still going. It's so noisy too. Look at Annie. She doesn't know what to do with herself. It's alive. The barrel's alive. Help. Somebody do something. That barrel is going right out of the arena unless it hits a post. Oh, it's got them all moving. Oh, Lena's come up to tell Annie what to do. He's snorting. Mr. Wild's snorting at the barrel. It's still going. I made it all the way to the back. These guys are on edge now. That's hilarious. You know what I should do, now that I think about it, is I should engineer one of those, gosh, this isn't going to make a lot of sense, but let's try. In Star Wars, there's a little robot, the new Star Wars, so bear with me here. There's a little Star Wars named BB9, BB8? I can't remember. Anyways, there's a ball. It's just a ball, and he rolls around based on, and mechanically it works in a way, I don't know how it works in the actual movie, but like how they conceptualize it. But mechanically it works by moving a weight around inside of that ball, and that causes the ball to move. So all you have to do is have a little motor in there that sort of shifts a weight left, right, forward, backwards, and the ball will move in that direction because it's a sphere. And so I should do that for one of the barrels. I should set it up so that I can roll it around wherever I want. Gosh, that would be funny. Is it funny? Is it funny making horses worried? A little bit, because you know that it's safe, right? Like, it's hilarious. Especially if they went up to it, sniff it, and it moved away from them. Oh. Mr. Wild is sorting these horses out a little bit, one at a time. Okay, where was I in my conversation? Oh yeah, horse stories, horses alone. So it'd show up, and this horse would just be in this stall in the corner, nose in. And sad, super sad, all alone. Because horses sleep better with other horses around. I mean, we do too. Not just herd animals, but anything. All right. Josephine says she'd buy Gracie. Sold! Red Belly says you can't sell Meatball or Annie. Uh-huh. Well, yeah. Paint on rainy days, says Amy. If you had any idea of how many things I have to do around here, painting is definitely on the list, but it's a little lower. I mean, there's so many. Painting doesn't make money, let's put it that way. So it's just a nice little hobby. So I'll get to it though. I'm about halfway done. I'm doing the biggest one though too, so. Joanne says, I'm glad you explained Mr. Wild's age and place in the pecking order. Gives me hope he'll be a popular jock with the girls one day. Well, yeah. I mean, he does better when there's less horses around, there's less competition. He does pretty good with the girls. Michelle's here, hello. Hope everyone's having a great day, she says. Rose says, I thought on age preferences. I wonder if Annie prefers Luke over Meatball because he's an experienced older male or because Luke's so cool and everyone likes him. I don't know if it's age-based. I think it's just intent-based. So Luke doesn't really care. He's as cool as a cucumber. Let's hang out and play a little and co-groom a little and be chill. Whereas Mr. Wild's probably got other plans. Now, those behaviors could be age-related, right? I mean, what is he? I guess in horse years, he's kind of a teenager, isn't he? A late teenager. Was it five years for every human year? I guess he's 25 then. Going on 30. Yeah. Luke is very likable, says Bacon. Oh, Michelle, thanks. $20 straight to the hay. Thanks for being you, she says. A big sticker. Those things are really cute, eh? Somebody animated that. Wish I could animate, but thank you very much. Orchid Gray says, I just love Annie's open personality. She's such a warm spirit and a little goofball. It's true. Patricia says, I feel the same way about thoroughbred horse races. Ridden way too young and way too hard. Thoroughbred horse racing is 100% abuse. No two ways about it. Yeah, I can't even count the ways. I can't even count how many ways it's just bad for the horse. Yeah. Yeah, well, moving on. Haley's here. Hello, everybody, she says. Martine says, racing is horse abuse. It is. Leadfoot Mama says, why do horses lunge other horses? What makes the lower horse go around and not take off? Right. The act of lunging, or what we refer to as lunging, because somebody called it lunging, which is weird. I don't know why it's called lunging myself. It should just be called chasing a horse around in mindless circles. But it isn't. I guess it's too long. So, gosh, it's so bright. I can't barely look at the horses because the sun is so bright. It's really coming into the lens too. We'll have a bit of shade in a second, I guess, as the sun moves around. Where was I? Why do horses chase other horses around? And why doesn't the other horse leave? Well, that's a great question. Horses will move other horses around for the purpose of mostly some playtime, especially if they're able to get that horse to come around in circles. So essentially, if they're able to get them to cruise around in circles, it means that they're able to keep, so the horse that's chasing, we'll call it horse A and horse B. So horse B is able to keep horse A turned to a particular direction and keep them in that one eye. When that happens, it means that horse A is willing to give in, willing to comply. Because if horse A were to give the other eye, then there's a chance of kicking. So by not giving that other eye, Mr. Wild's playing with another barrel there. I wonder if he's going to send that one down the arena. If a horse is not giving the other eye, then it more than likely means they're complying and they're willing to draw inwards or stop. And it's a good thing. So mostly that's kind of playtime. Mostly it's not too bad. A horse that gives its other eye indicates either it's going to defend itself or just straight run away. And there's a lot of times where horse B just has the upper hand in regards to drive line angles. Oh, see how good Luke is. He's like, yeah, I heard you. You can be noisy a little bit. Cold. My feet are getting cold. Other than that, it's not bad. So I think that the lunging happens because there's a desire of horse B to move horse A to a place, probably, or to get compliance, some kind of compliance. Horse A is acknowledging compliance by not leaving, by not defending / attacking or leaving. So they go around in circles. So there's going to be some draw by horse A to horse B. Hopefully that makes sense. It's an involved topic for sure. Yeah. He's really moving that barrel around though, I gotta admit. He's moved it from the middle arena over about 10 feet. Rocky's mum, aka G-Ma, is here. Hello. Orchid Gray says catching live streams is a good part of her day. That's awesome. Amy says, did you have to take courses or something to do horses' hooves before you got Luke, or after? Did someone else do his feet at first? Nope, I've done Luke's feet from the day I've got him. Did I have to take courses? I did take an anatomy / biology / I don't know if it's hoof trimming, but it was a class where we did a few dissections actually, for that matter, on a horse's legs and hooves. And the insight that I got from understanding what the inner foot should look like, does look like, can look like, started me on my path to understanding the rest, which is mostly physics-based, geometry and physics. They are all up in this corner. Everybody's just here. Again, in the sun, getting a little sun. It's nice. Oh, Yoka's going to sort that out. She says, get out of here. I'm enjoying the sun. It's a cold day. I'm not surprised. They're all very fuzzy right now. So all their hair is standing up nice and tall to keep them toasty. Hey, don't chew on that. You're going to get it. Be in big trouble with chewing on my mounting block. Good. Okay. She always gets so mad when I tell her off. I don't know if it's mad. Just swings her head around a lot. So, yeah, so I didn't take any courses on trimming because there's nobody around here that I know of that can trim appropriately. So I just learned by myself and practiced and learned and practiced and learned and practiced until I became, and still am becoming, better at doing it. More efficient, quicker, understand more pathologies. So I think it's advisable to take a course for sure. If you can find somebody that's reputable, for whatever it's worth. I have a course online that I put out a while ago, and I teach off of 3 different horses. So that's another good thing, important thing. It's very important to look at a lot of different hooves. A lot. A lot. I've seen thousands. So most of the time you're going to be dealing with some kind of pathology, some kind of problem that you have to sort out. Most of it is physics based. Understanding the biology of the horse will go a long ways. Understanding physics goes that much further. Ooh, Annie almost got chewed on. But she made it out. Oh, here comes Mr. Wild. She's turning in. That's not a good route. Here comes Roni. He's going to clear the space, maybe. Or not. Oh, yeah, he did. See, this time he meant it. See, that hip movement was perfect. And he's got a space and she gets out. Nice. Luke and Yoka are playing around. Gracie won't leave Lena's side much. And she just stands around and stays toasty warm. Lena's efficient. Let's put it that way. She is very efficient. BB8 from Star Wars. Yeah. It's a cute little robot. They did well with him. It's a good little character to bring in. Although I wasn't a fan of the Star Wars movies that he was in at all. But it's a cute character. They did well with that. Good robotics. Ah, like a Weeble. Yes, like a Weeble. A motorized Weeble. Hermelin, have you ever thought about using large enrichment balls? What's an enrichment ball? Are you talking about those big blow-up balls? Yeah, horses don't give a crap about those. Some do. Mine don't. Get away. Thank you. Keep going. Go. Thank you. I'm chewing on my stairs. It's good. Yeah, of course I've thought about it. I've been here for 6 years. But I had one in here and played with it a little bit, and it ended up rolling out and popped, and that was that. Those things are stupid expensive. Absolutely crazy expensive. Totally not worth it for me. I have a smaller one, essentially a Walmart yoga ball. Those are like 14 bucks. When I bought it, it was 14 bucks. But that's just been fun for teaching kicking a ball or moving a ball around. So it's just another thing that you use. But other than that, I don't know who would label them enrichment. It's interesting. You could label anything enrichment, I guess. I have an enrichment tarp. I had an enrichment mattress too, actually. It worked really well. People should buy enrichment mattresses. I'm just playing with words. Kathy says she loves experiments that cause you to get more answers to what they're thinking. Maybe. Yeah, me too. What is happening in this corner? I think Roni's thinking of having a drink. Gracie's in the way. What a polite sort, isn't he? Just a nice young lad. It's like, I'll just wait. Okay, I'm having a real hard time seeing the screen now, thanks to this sun. Beautiful day, though. Lead Belly says, who else thinks Annie's breathtaking? Yes, she's beautiful. Orchid Gray has the same question about the ball. Ah, Michelle says she can finally keep track of Luke and Mr. Wild now that I've commented on their legs. Ridiculously Fancy says, do you ride any of the horses or have others ride them? You know, a lot of these questions are really common questions, and just to sort of put this out there, I have a second channel called Stable Horse Training Academy, and it is specifically to very accurately and quickly answer all of these questions that have been asked. Yes, I ride the horses. No, I don't have anybody else ride them for the purposes of riding them. I do lessons, but I don't have somebody come here and ride them. Most people can't ride the way I ride my horses, or I teach my horses to ride. There's Annie. Here comes Luke. Smile Every Day 2.0 is here. Hey y'all, how are the horses doing? They're doing great. Welcome. Puffcat says Gracie has attitude. Yeah, something like that. You need a ball-shaped outdoor Roomba. Enjoyed the video of me in a T-Rex suit. That was fun. That was interesting. Yeah, that would be a neat thing to do. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that with more than a horse. Tops two. Annie and Luke are so cute in the corner there. Everybody else is just doing their thing over here. Ronnie's still drinking. The T-Rex suit was fascinating. Julian is here. Hello. Actually, when the balls pop, they don't make a popping sound at all. They don't blow up. They don't explode or anything like that. They just get a rip and they sort of tear across, and all the air just sort of comes out. It doesn't pop. It's not like a balloon. And then and then they're gone, and that's that. And there goes for the expensive ones. I mean, they're anywhere from $70 to $120 a piece. It's a piece of rubber, you know. Like, it seems way overpriced. We have, Rose, tried a remote control car or truck. They don't like it. They're really scared of it. So it takes, and you have to be really careful if you do it on bumpy ground. If you go too fast, you'll flip it, and then you're at risk of it being stomped on. So we have to be very cautious about that. Yeah. So we don't want to put the horses in super fear mode. That's for sure. So if you start something, you got to finish it, and then you got to wonder whether or not you have enough battery. Okay, Mr. Wild, he's such a cool guy. Here comes Roni. What are they gonna do? Roni says, chew on your back leg. Just a little, not a lot. Wonder if it hurts at all. It's gotta hurt a little bit. Look, he's lifted up his back leg, so Roni hangs on. Placed it back down. Roni gets a new grip. Oh. It's just chewing on his hock. It makes you wonder how much pressure he's put on there. Oh. What are they gonna do? Still goes for the leg. See, you'd think it's dangerous, right? Like Roni's right next to the fence. Oh, he's not looking at me, just so you know. He sent a message. Whoa, he's moving. So here comes the hip. Oh, I wasn't moving the camera. I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy looking at them. See, they're good buddies. Good communication. Not too much trouble. Finished my coffee. It's a little cold at the end there. Let's see. What have we got? The wandering sub is here. Sam says, well, hello, wandering sub. Sam says, what about the smaller balls with the handle? Looks like a kettlebell. We had one of those, and they do nothing. Nothing with it. I haven't seen them do anything with it. I've seen horses play with them, but most of them don't bother. We tried. We have one. Which horses are you planning to adopt out? Which ones are yours long-term? They're all... Well, my original 4 are long-term. So Lena, Roni, Gracie, and Luke, they'll be here. Speaking of Gracie and Lena, they're just co-grooming over there. Ever so nicely. So the ones that were supposed to and always supposed to be going are the ones that I'd rescue, I'd bring in from the wild, get them used to people and okay, and hopefully a little rideable, and then they could go on to somebody new to get an education. So that would be Annie and Mr. Wild. Having a tough time letting go of Mr. Wild, though, with the amount of time I've spent with him. But as I keep saying, I've only got so much space and money to do that, so I have to be very careful or I'll never be able to rescue another one. And right now there's 20 to 30 new ones that have come into the place that I usually get them from. So I'm going to be checking those out, see if there's anything that we can do about it. But I might have to ask for help on this one. Like, proper ask. Yeah, so Sam, the little kettlebell ones, they just don't seem to care. I've seen some horses play with them. Lead Belly says, I watched your academy when I couldn't sleep, and it's really great, cool format. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, the Stable Horse Trading Academy channel, if you look it up, it really is. It's. I don't plan to put anything long in there unless an answer is long, but the answers are done in a very efficient. I get rid of all my ums and ahs and distractions of whatever else I'm going to talk about at the time, and try to answer a question as fast as possible. You get in, you get out. And there'll be a new video up there every single day for probably the next 3 years, because I have so many questions I've answered in videos. And I think it's really useful. I know that I really like that when I'm looking for an answer to do something in a program or something like that. I don't want to have to listen to somebody go on and on like I do. In fact, I have to admit, editing my own videos has made me a hater of myself. Not entirely, you know what I mean? Like, just stop talking. I never realized how much I say Joanne Smith says, considering how intelligent horses are, I'm very surprised they were fearful of the barrel. I don't know if I consider horses intelligent myself. I think that they can learn stuff, but their fear of the unknown supersedes, so much. So I'm not entirely sure. Intelligence in a way of ability to learn, yeah, but to figure things out on their own is usually a stretch. So we've got these 3 over here. Mr. Wild's in the middle, and he's thinking about going over to Luke, Yoka, and Annie, who are over in the sunny part of the arena. He's got them moving. Yoka's going to bring her self over, cut him off, and come around. Precise movements by a precise horse. Do they nibble chestnuts off each other? I've not seen it. What are your thoughts about hay nets? I use them all the time, every single day, and I hate them. Amy says, I watched the Academy channel very well. Done. I didn't say that right, did I? I watched the Academy channel. Very well done. Thank you, Amy. Oh, Yoka's telling him off. Martine says, interesting. Cool. Sarah says, do you have a rough estimate of how many hours of footage are on your channels? No. I don't ever delete any of my footage, so I keep it all. And I think I'm upwards of about 20 terabytes, if that gives you any idea. Rar says, but that's why I watch you, the ums and ahs. Penny says she enjoys the tangents. Well, then stay on this channel as well. I mean, that's the bonus that I mean, some of the time, most of the time I'm going to be stealing from this channel from videos that I've done, but there will be new stuff put up there as well. But a lot of people don't want to, I get the comments, they come in. It's like, you could have made that shorter, something like that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm just going to dedicate a whole channel to that. And if you just want answers, go there. All right, Roddy's rule says, how much feed does a horse like Mr. Wild eat a year? Well, Mr. Wild eats pretty much the same as most of the others. Let's say, okay, Annie, Gracie, and Yoka are slightly smaller horses, so they might be a little less, but I would say per year, now you're going to make me do math, like a lot of math. I think I worked it out to be each horse per month eats half a ton of hay. Is that right? Yeah, about half a ton of hay per horse. That's what I'd probably put it at. So 6 tons. Yeah, horses eat a lot of grass. And that's to keep them in a pretty good, healthy state. You could feed less, for sure. Not that you'd really particularly want to. Especially in the colder times. Summertime, you could probably get away with it a little bit more. They're not going to burn as many calories, possibly, by staying warm. But then they'll just burn them running around because it's warmer. Here on these really cold days, the horses tend to just chill out. Like mild days, they get really busy, and hot days, they don't at all. But they'll sweat a lot, so they'll burn calories with that. So overall, though, I'd say, yeah, about half a ton. Marty's rule says, how much is that in Canadian? You mean money or tons? Because we use tons too. But money-wise, right now, a ton of hay is anywhere from $750 to $900 or so. It's very expensive right now here, especially here in BC. So there you go. I think I talked about hay in another live stream, and I'm pretty sure I cut that up. That'll be online on the other channel too. I think I covered some different stuff. Might be interesting. It's always interesting to learn about horse husbandry. Penny's here. Hello, Penny. Penny says, my theory on the bouncy balls. Horse who are stable alone or don't have a lot of horsey interactions enjoy the balls, especially if they get interaction with humans because of the ball. Yours get both. It's true. I suppose if I had an interest in the ball, then they might have more interest in the ball. But anytime that I've worked with them in the back to play with the ball, they will sort of tolerate it. They'll sort of kind of go along with it. And then once you leave it alone, they leave it alone. They just don't care. So, hey, don't do that. No. Roni, get out. He's grinding up some poop into the arena, and it drives me mad. Okay. Okay. Cleaning that up is a pain. Anybody who owns a horse knows that as soon as a pile of poop gets ground up into the ground, you're essentially just going to be digging up the whole ground. So I try to discourage them from doing that as much as I can. Make life easier for just me. All right. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. L-Y-K-K-E. Liker. How does that go? But hello. Rose says that maybe it's true. If the horses aren't bored, they won't play with them. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I've seen horses play with them. Don't get me wrong. I've seen horses play with those things and chuck them around and all kinds of fun. I guess it probably has a little bit to do with a lack of interest on my own side and the cost. The cost of them it's just atrocious. And you wouldn't believe what the covers cost for those as well. The ones that look like a soccer ball or something like that. The covers themselves are half the cost of the ball. So you buy a $90 ball and a $45 cover. Yeah. It's just not economical. And I've talked to other people who have the same experience where they've got one and they're like, yeah, it was really cool till it popped and that was that. Yeah, but you need to get a cover. So, all right. Orchid Gray. Ooh, it's getting windy. Short, sweet, and informative. Absolutely love the second channel. Thanks. But I love hearing the entire dialogue too. And that's cool. I thought that as well. I thought, I don't want to switch this channel to be less, what did somebody call me one time? Folksy? Folksy. Cool, let's call me folksy for now. I don't mind that. So I don't mind, like, if there's plenty of people who do enjoy, and I do too. When I watch I've got a few channels that I'll pay attention to that they really do. Some people just sort of meander around a little bit and share their thoughts, and it's not clean, it's not scripted, it's just what they think, and I enjoy that. It's just the actual person being the person. Unscripted material can be very, very nice, good. So I agree. So that's why I made the second channel, so I don't clutter this channel with that. I just keep telling people about it. And the good thing is, the other thing about it is because the videos are so short, they're easily shareable. If people are like, oh, this is a really good one, it's 30 seconds, 2 minutes, it's nothing. It's like, check this out really quick. You don't have to filter through some long video to finally get some answer to something that I finally get to. It's silly. Cheaper to have barrels. Barrels are very cheap. You can get these things for nothing. I don't know why. I think that some people, what gets stored in oh yeah, these ones had ethanol or something like that. And they were thoroughly cleaned out. Obviously it's alcohol, so it doesn't matter. But, and then they can't reuse them for some reason. I guess the ethanol has to be utterly pure. I don't know if it was ethanol. Seems like that's what it was. I remember talking, and he was just selling them for nothing. It's $15 a pop. If you buy more of them, they were even cheaper. So I think I bought 6 at a time at one time. Just loaded up the tack room of my trailer because I was also carrying hay. And then they last forever. You can't pop a barrel. They don't break. They don't crack. They don't do anything. They just live forever. All right. Christine's here from Maryland. I love pronouncing it like that. The Canadian that I am. Just got home from horsemanship team at my horse rescue, and I was telling them about you and how amazing you are with the horses, how much I learned from you. Oh, thanks. That sounds wonderful. TT's here. Buenas noches from Spain. Oh, man. My Spanish is a little rusty. I know there's a horse word in there. Gracias. De nada. I don't know what you're thanking me for, but you're welcome. You must know you're a smooth narrator. We tell you now and again, Canadian David Attenborough. I enjoy David Attenborough. I was actually just talking to my daughter about Planet Earth, the series. I've got it on DVD from a long time back, and I really enjoyed it. But he's got, I mean, obviously, he's a fantastic narrator. He does it really, really well. He's got great content, obviously, so that's easy for him too. But yeah, I take that as a big compliment. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. These guys are so relaxed today. I gave them all my carrots too, so I don't even have carrots to go out. I had complained about not having carrots. One of the other ones, and somebody sent over $10 or something like that, so I immediately went out and bought 2 big bags of carrots. Burnt through all of those. I'll go get more today. Gotta get more. sometimes they don't have very good carrots at the store. It's weird. And then other times they'll be top quality. It's like grade A carrots and grade B carrots. Still sold for the same price. Amy says she has that Planet Earth series. Yes. Xtinet says, thanks for sharing your horses and knowledge with us. You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. Yeah, Amy says she has the same series. And it's good. Everybody should have it. It's, I mean, it's old now, I guess. I wonder if he had to redo that series, how many of those animals would still be where they were at? How many would be around? And what more we've learned. The bird one was really funny. The mating birds, the song and dance that male, I can't remember the name of the bird, but gosh, that was hilarious. Cleaning up its area and jumping around all over the place. Beautiful feathers. Nature. Sarah says, I don't know anything about carrots, but Mr. Wild is a grade A potato. Yeah. You know, funny thing, little trivia. In Japanese, if you call somebody a potato, it means they're from the country and generally implies that they're not very smart. So if you called somebody an emo is potato in Japanese. So if you said to somebody, you're an emo, they would be being called a potato, which is the word for potato. And in turn, it's like being called a country bumpkin or something like that, you know. Amusingly, farm people are sort of labeled as the not smart ones. It's a joke, so don't anybody take it seriously. But that's the word, emo. So if you have a Japanese friend, a good friend, and you say to them, you call them an emo, and just see what they say. Just for fun. Tanya's here. Hello, Tanya. Horses are pretty quiet now. I think I might just go say hello to a few, if you guys don't mind. I haven't spent any time with them yet. Just going to zoom out a smidge, see if I can get the zoom right. Not too close, not too far. And I just want to go say hello. Got to do chores soon too. And my hands are really cold, so I'm going to warm them up on a horse. Who's first? Oh yeah, it's really crunchy out here. I wonder you guys are quiet. And he's playing with ice. Hello, Annie. Hello. And I got a friend. Got more friends. Gracie's so mad. Says, what about me? Annie's mane is growing like crazy. It is so long now. She looks so different than when she first came. It's taller. All filled out. Filling out for sure. Mr. Wild. Hi, buddy. How's it going? He's such a sweet horse. His big fluffy ears and soft eyes. Oh, he's really shedding. Crazy. A little ear rub for him. Both sides. Oh, it's a dirty ear. Come here. A little bit of crunchies in there. Pull those out. Do you need a shake? Oh, Annie, you got told. Okay, give me your other ear. This guy is so good with being touched. Did I answer how Annie handles? I think I just said I kind of got into how does Annie handle her ears being touched, and she's okay, but she doesn't go looking for it, and she doesn't tolerate it quite as well as this guy. Okay, be nice. Let's see if Annie will. Yeah, she sort of moves around a lot. She'll tolerate it if I keep it up for a while. She'll just get used to the idea that I'm not giving up and I'm just going to continue to play with her ears. But she doesn't quite have it sorted out that it's such a great thing. But she doesn't leave. I'll just keep practicing. She's not completely adverse to it. I think she enjoys having the ability to hear. So I just keep bugging her. And she gets quiet. Oh my goodness. You know, if you're too close, you might launch an attack. So be careful. Yeah. Very fuzzy. So it's obviously quite chilly for everybody. All the other horses are just lined up, facing one direction, warming up the left side of their bodies. Hey, buddy. Let's go say hi to Luke. Annie, stop. Get in the middle of a herd can be a little bit dangerous. Keep your eyes open. Where? Hello, Luke. Gracie's scratching the ground looking for some attention. I'm going to come over to Ronnie. Say hello to him. Hello, my friend. And he's still making her way over. Let's come over to Lena. Everybody's very toasty. You guys are so warm. Absorbing the heat. Crazy. Lena has a leftover braid from the girls. Take those out. There you go. Hello, Lena. You love a good ear scratching. Annie got told where to go. Come here. I don't want you to tell Annie where to go. Back up. Thank you. No. 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 I need you. Come here. No. I still need you. This way. There. Back to where you were. Calm down. I don't have to tell Annie where to go. So what I might do is just put myself in between her and Annie so she can't really see her. And then I can work on the ears a little bit. Oh, Lena, it's okay. I'm going to tell everybody what to do. Ronnie and Annie are chit-chatting. Hello. And Gracie. Let's go around the backside of Luke here. Whew, very fuzzy. Hello. How's it going, Grumpy? What do you need? Oh, today's going to be a good day. It's bright out, so I can do some slow-mo stuff. So I'm going to do that today. A little bit. My goodness, you are noisy. You're a noisy horse. So noisy. Still got my shadow. Hello, Annie. Big hug. It's nice to spend a little bit of personal time with each of them. What do you want? Oh, you got a cut on your mouth. How'd you do that? Did you get nibbled on? Ah, great. There comes Annie, right? I can see her shadow. She is a cutie pie. Whoever gets Annie one day will have a very nice horse. Oh God, I'm covered in hair. Just covered. Shedding. And their static electricness. I can't even brush it off my face. Okay. Holy. Okay. Yeah. It's just sticks to everything. I need an opposite charge. Just hang on, Annie. Hang on. So, if you ever get the opportunity to hang around with really nice horses, it's a really nice feeling. That personal touch that you can apply, and they apply to you. Got a crowd. And he's a love bug. If there's any horse that is just a true love bug, it's definitely Annie. So this is my opportunity to play with her ears a lot. Huh. Keep switching sides on horses. It's quite good for them. Oh, there's a good spot. Okay. I'm covered in hair. I need to stop. Poor Annie's gonna be like, don't go anywhere. Don't know if there's any questions. Let's see if there's any left. She is a real sweetie, though. I enjoy my time with her. Okay, hard to see the screen. Let's see what we got. I gotta go back a long ways. Ah, here we go. Orchid Gray says, loved the Planet Earth series. Oh, Jill's here. Hello, Jill. Josephine's gonna check a piggy bank to buy Gracie. Penny says, selling Gracie, what'd I miss? I don't think so. Oh, getting a little busy back there. They are all toasty warm. When I went to go to touch them all, they're all very warm on one side. Haley Henson is here. Hello. Hello, Carla. Penny says she'd worry about Gracie in the care or leaving the care of here. Yeah, me too. Haley says she loves the shows. Thanks. They need to clone me. Yeah, no. Haley says, how are the animals? They are great. Annie is my shadow. It's true. Go in there, she follows me everywhere. Petra's here. Hello, Petra. Yeah, I don't have any problem. I mean, from the beginning, Annie's done quite well. I mean, she was nervous in the beginning, but once I started removing all those ticks, which I was talking about in the last live stream, and cleaning off all of her lice and stuff like that, she sure was grateful. Time to get the rake out. Yes. Annie has grown. Oh, thanks, Carla. Thank you very much. Straight to the hay bale, as I always say. It's the truth. Orchid Gray says, I don't think I can handle Annie leaving. Yeah, it's hard. Carla, it has been a long time. And yes, thank you very much for hay money. Got to get hay probably in the next couple of months, month and a half to 2 months. I was just doing a count the other day and I thought, okay, I think I know how much we've got. If we stay at the same horse count. Amy says, how do you do that orange dollar thing? I don't know. It's in the chat somewhere, isn't it? Orchid Gray says, it's understandable. Space and money. Yes. Yeah. It's just the nature of the beast. I think every rescue or every place that is working on these kinds of things has always got the same, we've all got the same thoughts. It's like, can I make more space? Can I make more money? What can I do to get there? Or, you know, how to, sometimes making space means you have a horse go to a new family. You know, somebody who's really going to care for them, spend more time with them, do a more variety of things, provide more stability. You never know. That's the way I look at it. All right. Christine says, some of our horses get diarrhea when they go from grazing on grass to more just hay in the winter. Do you have any recommendations for this? Tried a lot of things. Change your hay. Yeah. Likely the hay that you're getting is too fine. It's a guess. It's not a big deal. I really wouldn't worry that much about it. As long as they've got water, they'll be fine. It's not ideal, obviously, but it is much better than the opposite, which is too hard of poops, not enough. If their gut is flowing, I would say that's a good thing. If they're not losing weight, you're probably going to be fine. If you're really worried about it, you could check with your hay supplier to see if you can get something else. But overall, I wouldn't be too concerned. Look at these guys just sun tanning, just lazing around. It's exactly what horses do. Love the paint by numbers kit, says Carla. Got Mr. Wild's portrait. I'm working on that one. It's going to take a while, but it is really nice. It is. There's a lot of precision to it. Yeah, and it's something I do. I'll listen to a podcast or some music or something like that and just zone out. I mean, it's not a heck of a lot different than when I'm doing chores around here. I listen to something, podcast. Lately, I don't know, this is going to sound odd. but I've been studying Korean language. I wanted to pick up a new language, and when I was in Japan, I had studied some Korean because when I went to school for a year and a half to learn formal Japanese, or better Japanese, I guess is a good way to put it, I thought, you know, it'd be cool if I could pick up another language, and Korean is very close to Japanese. In fact, there's quite a few words that are the same, and my understanding so far is the grammar is really close, sounds are really close, so it comes easy, I guess you could say. And so I've been studying that and working on the written language. Yeah, so that's what I do when I work on these. And you just zone out. It's just really nice. Just pick a color to work on and just find all those, and yeah, they're really cool. All right. Rain Doge says, "Where's Yoko's owner? How's he doing? He's doing great. I don't know where he is right now. He's got his own personal life that I don't infringe in, and neither should anybody else. He's doing great. Yoko's doing fantastic. She's healthy, cared for, all that kind of good business. She's got her. Look at these. They're going to start lying down. Guaranteed. They're going to have some lying down horses. I just absolutely love that they're all just standing there in a space the size of a paddock, all just having a rest, just getting warm, staying quiet, and taking it. Whoa, thanks, Penny. Definitely didn't have to do that. Hey, and hey. It's true. Yep, it all trickles in here and there. The bracelets and the paint by numbers have been lovely little fundraisers. It's nice to be able to. I like to be able to provide. I know. I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but I mean, I don't discount or devalue the generosity of those that give for some types of rescues that quite literally just put a call out for money. And you know they're doing, I mean, some aren't, but most are doing stuff behind the scenes. But my mindset is one that I really like to provide value outside of what that money might go towards. For some, it's medical expenses, or obviously hay, or a rebuild of something, or you know, like, there's all kinds of things. But I'm very much of the mindset. I definitely enjoy and prefer that I could provide back more, above and beyond. I'm not saying anybody else has to, like any other rescue or something has to, but some of them I've seen, they, you know, just not a big fan of I guess it's hard to say. It's not. It's about giving back. It's about being able to, because there's lots of channels. I mean, it's quite a few. I don't know if anybody else watches Smarter Every Day. If not, you should. Really good channel. A guy named Destin that runs it, and he has a Patreon account, like many people do. And he's always making these very interesting videos, and that's the point of having a Patreon account for him. He's able to sort of fund different activities and videos that he can then put up for free. And in turn, he also, I'm guessing he provides some behind the scenes footage. And that's what I kind of refer to, where the product of the money is obviously that the knowledge or entertainment is there. It's going to keep going. Otherwise, you'd have to quit and do something else, and then that wouldn't be there. But there's added value, and that added value I think is vital. I think it's fair. I think it's a good thing. So I hope I'm able to do that. These guys are just statues. Cold days with warm sun like this, they'll just all doze off like that. It'll look like they're not moving at all. Yeah, and they're not looking at anything, they're not doing anything. I could probably weave in between of them and they just probably wouldn't move. I mean, they might look for a little bit of attention, but they're all facing the same direction. They're all just crossways to the sun, pretty much perpendicular, pretty much 90 degrees, just relaxing. It's nice. It's actually really peaceful. It's one of these times you'd go out with a chair and you just sit there and breathe like they breathe, just absorb some sun, get a little suntan in the -4 degree weather that it is. When the wind kicks up, you'd probably get cold. It's nice. Peaceful, very peaceful. Oh, Maureen's here. Hello, Maureen. Dottie's here. Hello, Dottie. They're all sunbathing, that's right. Carla wants a bracelet, can't find them on the site. They are few and far between. We don't get the bracelets very often because we have to cut horsetails, obviously, and they take a while to grow back. We have another very small run coming, from my understanding. I have a couple of requests, so we've got those coming through, and then I think a couple of others. Oh, thanks. Cool. Just a moment, everybody. I can't tell how the microphone works. I would have to check. I'm not looking at something. Nothing important.
Trying to get the audio sorted out.
Yeah, that's working. Something got the horses a little bit excited. Don't know what. Maybe a tree branch fell down. Oh yeah, so back to bracelets. Yeah, so there should be a few. We just need more hair, to be honest. That's sort of how that has to work, and you can't harvest it too much, or the horses have no tail. So we'll see if we can get any more. And he's playing with Luke. Gracie's whooping. So be patient. We'll see how the bracelets come along. Tanya says, I've nearly finished Mr. Wild's portrait, but had to work with a magnifier. Yeah, some of them are really, really small. I wished I had a magnifier. In fact, there's plenty of times I just sort of smudged over the really small ones. So I just couldn't be bothered. It's too small. How is anybody gonna tell? Yes, Gracie does kick her own tail quite a bit. Tanya, thank you for the power, or the euro. I guess it's euros. Thank you for euros. Very much appreciated. As always, to the hay. Maureen says they sell fast. Yes, the bracelets have always sold out in 24 hours. Every set that we put out, they just go right away. Nadine's here. Hello. Rars from... Disconnected for a second there. Rars from Kentucky. Dottie sent in 20. Thanks, Dottie. Really kind of you guys. I really hope that I provide the value that you guys are giving. Any questions? Ask anytime, as always. Maureen says she's 30 minutes. Well, that's right. You are real close by. It's 1 degree there. Yeah, I think it's still minus something here. -3. +3. Oh, temperatures come up. 50 degrees in Massachusetts. Great for January. Nadine says she loves her bracelet. That's good. Lead Billy says she just bought a washing machine. That sucks. Washing machines are pricey. Jennifer P. from Provo, Utah is here. And Amy might need a washing machine too. Yes, if you're going to do the paint by numbers and you have trouble with really small things close up, then yes, you will need a magnifying glass for some of the spots. But if you're like me and can be a little wishy-washy, then don't worry so much and just sort of smudge over with another color. You probably won't notice. Yeah, I mean, yeah, some of the dots are so small it is almost impossible to see even what the number is. You're just kind of guessing. They're all sort of colored, like there's a color to each spot as well, so you can kind of guess what the color is sometimes. But most of them are pretty big. You don't need a magnifying glass at all. So it works out really well. Anyways, it's time to move on to... Rars even sent something in. What does that say? It's hard to see the screen. It just flashed up real quick. $20 again. Holy smokes, thank you. You guys are so kind. Amy says, we're lucky you're sharing your busy time. I really enjoy being able to share the horses like this. I mean, this is happening live right now. Wherever you are on the planet, this is happening on the planet right now. And we just get to watch them sort of play around, and looks like they're smushing the poop into the arena, so somebody's in trouble. Yeah. And, you know, they're goofing off, they're playing, they're talking, this is really happening. And I think that's neat. I think being able to do that is fantastic. Because I know there's plenty of people that have no access to horses, no ability to watch them or see them. And this is just nothing's scripted, nothing's planned. We're just doing it. Just watching them, just enjoying on a beautiful day like today. Mr. Wild looks good, eh? Just standing there waiting for me to come up to him or something. I had 2 ears for a while there. And the rest, just a nice suntan on a cool day. Not as much running around, but all the same. Well, here he comes. He's got a request. What's his request, do you think? What do you want, buddy? He says, I'm hungry. Let me in. I want to go eat. It's a good idea. It's been a little... I probably should get on with chores. Carla says, how are Grace's feet doing these days? They're doing very well. In fact, I did a thing on the last live stream, which you'll never find. So I made sure to cut that out and make a video about it on the other channel, the Stable Horse Trading Academy channel. It should be up or up soon. Otherwise, I'll just say it real quick, but her feet are doing quite well. Her back feet are finally coming out of the main problems, and the front feet are manageable. It's encouraging and feels like everything was kind of justified. It would all that effort, all that time, all that studying has finally amounted to something where I can get her feet to be healthy. And instead of in recovery mode, we're sort of just in maintenance, high maintenance, maybe slightly high maintenance, but maintenance mode. But yeah, she's in, as I was mentioning way before on the hoof trimming course I put out, she's one of the horses I put in there to talk about high-low syndrome or asymmetry in hooves. So it's been an interesting go, but she's doing well. Is this guy? What's going on, Captain? What can I help you with? This is a cool horse. Anyhow, what do we got? Any more questions? Oh, Nadine sent in $10. So I don't have the means to own a horse. This is my fix. Oh, well, thank you very much. It's good. We've almost bought... What are we looking at? This looks like about 100... I think it says 150. So that is... a fifth of a ton? 20% of a ton? That's pretty good. That's nice. It's really good. It's fantastic. Christine says one day she's going to come to BC. That's cool. We've had visitors here before. Well, Roddy's rule had to go. Mr. Wild is asking for snacks. Yes. He is so handsome. What a fab horse, says Donna. He is fab. Just making sure your hands aren't bored. It's true. He would like some scratches. Anyhow, so it's time to get these guys sorted out. I think they've reached their limit. I don't know how long we've been at this. 2 hours and 6 minutes. Yeah, I'd say that's the look on his face. It's like, can I come in? Get a little bit of food? I played with everybody. And I'm good. Oh, is he going to leave? He's finally given up. He says, my telepathic abilities aren't working today. That's weird. So, yes, let's just last check for... Oh, what the... Hang on a second. Carla and Jill. Well, thank you too. You wish you were here brushing my horses? I wish you were here brushing my horses because I don't want to do it. You'd get a lot of joy out of it. It's nice. It's nice just standing around brushing horses. But thank you, you two. You are the best. We have really come a long ways. It's fantastic. It's encouraging. It feels good to know that we're cruising along as a group. I'm going to try to update everybody pretty soon on what's happening with those other 20 to 30 wildies that have been rounded up. I know some have been sold already. She put them up last night, and I think 2 or 3 are already sold right away. She's got pictures and videos, so we'll see what's possible or what's good. Maybe let's see what we can do. Possibly, it's a big deal. Oh wait, hang on a second before I go. Sam, what's the question? Oh, everybody says great live stream. Thanks for being here, everybody. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here too. Questions, I try to, but the chat goes by quite quickly, and sometimes I lose my spot. It's not clear when I stream from a phone. If I stream from a computer, it's much clearer to catch stuff. Adopt a horse scheme. Sorry, buddy, I don't know what you mean. But I'll be happy to answer. Dagmar's here. Hello. Just lurking. That's cool. Okay, we're waiting. Like someone pays you on a monthly basis. Oh, I see. That's an interesting thought. I don't know. Actually, I guess the best answer I could give to that is I have no idea how that would work. If somebody were to actually be adopting the horse, then they would just be boarding it here. So to put it into the sort of business, if it's just an idea or a fundraising kind of like, oh, adopt a horse, even though you're not actually adopting it, I think these horses are making a massive mess of my arena. Who's back there making a mess? Is that Luke? Oh God, he is. It's grinding some poop into the. Okay, so I'm really not sure how I would do something like that. If somebody were to actually adopt one of them and then pay for boarding kind of thing, then that's different. If it's just an idea, like you're helping to save one and use it as use the catchphrase of adopting, I think that's different and would require its own set of understandings. So I'm actually not sure. Oh, Martine's got to go. Bye, Martine. Donkey Sanctuary does it. But what do? They pay you on a monthly basis and you look after them as usual. Doesn't that sound like boarding? Anyways, bye, Martine. We'll see you next time. Sounds like boarding to me. I mean, I guess. So if that's what it is, then, space available. Then, yeah. Oh, Luke's getting chased. I'm surprised he doesn't sort that out better. Like sponsor a horse? Yeah, it's a possibility. Something to consider. But thank you for bringing up the idea. Not sure yet. We'll hash that out again in another one. For now, I'm going to get on with these guys. So I guess the best thing I could say is I don't have an answer quite to that yet, or that concept. I have to flesh it out a bit. So that's it for this one. I hope everybody has a great day. And hopefully you've enjoyed hanging out with the horses and getting some questions answered and some thoughts out there. We'll let these guys cruise around just a little bit more and get them into some food and relaxation. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can get this going next Sunday as well, because it's been kind of good doing a weekly live stream and chit-chatting with everybody. So thanks for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day or night. Seems it's nighttime in the UK. And hopefully a great start to your week.